A group of men armed themselves and headed straight into Italian mob territory.
Get your head up, motherfuckers. Move.
After taking down the lower-level thugs, the boss, James, stormed into a shop alone. He pointed a gun directly at one of the mobsters' heads and demanded to know where their leader, Leonard, was. If they didn't talk, James was ready to pull the trigger. James had just gotten out of prison after serving 10 years on Alcatraz for drug trafficking. On the very day of his release, someone trashed one of his spots, and one of his men got hurt in the process. Just as James was about to retaliate, Leonard stepped out full of arrogance. He taunted James, proudly admitting that the attack and the bullet James's man took was his doing. It was a message. James needed to know his place. Times had changed. It wasn't 10 years ago anymore. James didn't take kindly to the insult. He raised his gun and fired without hesitation. Firing a gun on someone else's turf was basically declaring war. One of James's men warned him. The Italian mob had hundreds of guys. They weren't ready to go head-to-head yet, but James just gave a smirk in response. Just then, his old friend Wilson walked in. They hadn't seen each other in 10 years, and now Wilson was a big shot. After a warm greeting, Wilson brought James to a neighborhood overrun with addicts. This area was now under Leonard's control, but he had turned it into a living hell. Wilson wanted to take it back from the invaders, but Leonard's crew was too well armed.
That's what you need. I got guns. I got soldiers.
James and Wilson agreed to team up and launched a large-scale sweep of the area. Once Leonard got wind of it, he ordered his men to gear up. They loaded into cars with submachine guns, looking like they meant business. The two groups soon crossed paths. Leonard threatened them, telling them to get out of his territory. But James's crew didn't back down. The two sides faced off. One wrong move, and all hell would break loose.